Well, hello, good morning. This is going to be the first video of interesting tech that's come out of CES this year, which is going on right now. So I've got the first couple of things that caught my eye today. The first one in this first video, I'll do as many of these as interesting things come out. So this will be the first installment. Withings' new scale has a retractable handle that measures EKGs and segmented body composition. No FDA clearance yet. I have not read through this yet. We're going to react to this together. Withings isn't a stranger to smart scales, but for CES 2022, this company is taking a much more ambitious take on the gadget. Announced today, the Withings body scan will feature six lead EKG readings, segmented body composition measurements, and the ability to assess foot nerve activity. Foot nerve activity. Foot nerve activity. Is that related to diabetes or something? Basically, it's a scale for people who want to know how fat is distributed through their body and how that might in turn relate to their heart health. That's interesting because we know I've read many places that visceral fat around your organs is a sign of a possible sign of poor heart health. So it would be interesting to to get some information on. I'm kind of a stat nerd anyway. Get some information on where what body fat percentage is, but also where is that located. On the surface, the body scan looks like your typical scale, albeit with a retractable handle up top. It contains 4 weight sensors and 14 ITO electrodes on the scale itself, plus an additional 4 located on the handle. The scale also features a larger 3.2-inch LCD color screen as well as a battery life of 1 year. It'll also integrate with Withings smartwatches on top of the Apple Health Kit, Apple Health Kit and Google Fit APIs. And that is kind of goofy looking. So that's just a cable that comes out, and you just stand there and hold it. Interesting design. It's sit down in that little tray there. While the handle is definitely unique visually, it's also what enables the body scan's more interesting features. Smart scales measure body fat composition via bioelectrical impedance analysis. It works by sending a low-level electrical current through your body. Body fat, water, and lean mass all have different resistance values. So depending on the rate at which current travels, the scale will estimate your body composition. I think we've all seen these. It's similar to, a lot of gyms have them. Like you can even see them in hotels too. A lot of people have them in your house. I've got one. They're very cheap to buy. So to me, it's that, or a set. You can get one for like $25 online, or like a $7 one at the Dollar General that may or may not read your weight accurately anyway. So may as well get the nicer one. However, most scales only have 2 points of contact, your feet. That means you're really getting an estimate of your lower body only. Withing says the body scan will use, quote, multi-frequency BIA, which is bioelectrical impedance analysis, as the retractable handle provides 2 extra points of contact. Hence, segmented body composition measurements. So this should give you better data. I'm all for that. That's interesting. Withing claims the body scan can differentiate between your torso, your right and left legs, your right and left arms. Well, the scale will also break down body composition into whole body fat and water percentages, visceral fat, muscle and bone mass, and extracellular and intracellular water. It's hard to say how accurate the body scan will be. Smart scales are notoriously inaccurate. But it's admittedly nice to see the Withings is attempting to provide extra context. For example, many smart scales don't differentiate between subcutaneous and visceral fat. While jiggly subcutaneous fat is relatively harmless, invisible visceral fat is the kind that's actually the most dangerous to your health, which we mentioned a minute ago. Body composition has had a recent resurgence in wearables. Samsung's introduced the BIA analysis on its Samsung Galaxy Watch 4, while Amazon also introduced a body fat feature on its Halo platform. Each of these companies has emphasized their body fat tools as an alternative to body mass index, which is a flawed metric for evaluating your overall health. Yes, yeah, if you're a bodybuilder or even someone that's got any sort of above average muscle mass, then BMI is useless to you. That said, improperly tracking your body fat can also act as a potential trigger for body dysmorphia and other eating disorders. That's cool. I would love to try that out. In fact, I might get one. Yeah, as soon as the FDA clears it, and as soon as it's not, $150, which of course it probably is. One more here from Withings. This is a quote from them, and we'll move on. We've been looking for a way to do this safely and effectively. Withings Chief Medical Officer Shikha Anand told The Verge, "Quote: We can't solve the way in which the world sees weight, but that said, we will make every effort not to exacerbate it. We will ground in health and not in weight, whatever we can. It will always be about how your weight relates to your health, whatever that means." Okay, so this one here is, I haven't read this either. This smart collar wants to be an Apple Watch for your dog. This should be interesting. God, people spending so much money on their animals here. Invoxia's smart dog collar is one of the few to track canine respiratory and heart rate. Interesting. Pet trackers have been around for ages, but Invoxia, I think we've settled on Invoxia. Invoxia is looking to shake things up CES 2022 with a new smart collar that can also monitor your dog's vital signs. We haven't been tracking dog vital signs all this time. I'm sure your vet would know what dog vital signs are supposed to be, and I'm sure these apps will tell you, oh, this is normal for your dog, or this is abnormal. But I certainly don't know if I got my dog's respiratory rate or their heart rate. Is that good? Is that bad? Oh, their heart rate is 180 beats per minute. Oh, that's interesting. And of course, the smart collar also doubles as GPS and activity tracker for your pooch. Now that's interesting. You have a pop-up on your phone that says, "Hey, you need to go walk me because you locked me up in an apartment all day." That's cool. Or if your dog runs out, "Hey, where's my dog?" That's more interesting to me than the heart rate. Canine fitness trackers. How long in the history of man owning dogs have they not known about what the dog's heart rate was? Canine fitness trackers generally rely on a combination of accelerometers and GPS sensors. Invoxia's approach is a bit different. To monitor vitals like resting, respiratory, and heart rate, Invoxia says it worked with board-certified veterinary cardiologists to develop deep learning AI that utilizes miniaturized radar sensors. Wow. The same type as the Soli radar Google used in its Pixel 4 phones. According to Invoxia CEO Amelie Caudron, the radars are ideal as they are capable of taking readings regardless of how furry your dog is. I guess that radar's not dangerous either. If your dog starts getting bald spots, you'll know you have a problem. Quote, there's a radar that faces the neck and sends a radio signal, and that signal will not be reflected by the hair, they told The Verge. So it doesn't matter how much fur or hair there is. It'll be reflected by the first layer of skin. So the radar will actually be able to know the speed and movement of the skin under the collar. Interesting. Oops. Those movements are then fed into an algorithm that determines the heart rate and respiratory rate that we all need to know, obviously. Another plus Cauldron says is that the collar can sit more loosely and comfortably around the dog's neck. That's not the case with smartwatches and fitness trackers humans use, which require a tight fit and good skin contact to get accurate heart rate readings. Invoxia says Invoxia isn't the only pet tech out there that tracks dog vital signs. Believe it or not, there are also continuous heart rate monitoring EKG vests. Interesting. As well as the Pet Pace smart collar. However, those are more for veterinarians than regular pet owners and don't include GPS tracking. EKG vests may also require you to rub a conductive gel on your dog, so good luck if you have a fidgety Fido on your hands. Or a super furry Fido. The Invoxia collar stands out by combining a traditional GPS tracker with non-invasive ways to monitor vitals. It's compatible with Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, GPS, and LTE-M, and features escape alerts and a built-in buzzer, but not a shot collar. Well, that's cool. I think they're going a little overboard with the data. I guess if you have a really old dog, that might be useful. Other than that, I can see the escape. What do they call this? Escape alert, a built-in buzzer, and the GPS would be the most helpful thing here. But if you were a veterinarian, this would be. I could see this as if you're a vet, you could say, "Here, you got to pay me, $50 a day for this, but take this home, make your dog wear it for a week, and bring it back, and I'll know more." It's kind of a diagnostic thing for vets. It's kind of how I see it. But those are the first two things I saw at CES that caught my eye. Stay tuned. We'll do more of these CES videos, and of course, keep up on the latest news. But thanks for watching, and have a good day.